What's up, everybody? This is AlThePal78, and I'm coming at you. I'm coming at you with a different way of approaching this video. Hopefully, I do it everything right and faster. So this is the things we're gonna learn. Look at it. All right, simple, kind of simple, a little bit more complex, real simple. It's real simple. Simple. Did I say simple? I meant simple. All right, let's do the data validation first. Actually, let's do this first since it's easier just to do. All you gotta do is highlight it all. What I do to highlight things, I hold the CTRL button, control button, and the shift button down. Press down and I press right. Or you can press right and then down. Either way, it's the same thing. Then I hold the control button down and press C. And then I right click right here because I don't know the shortcut key for that. And right here, this is transpose. Some of the older ones don't have this. Like the older versions of Excel don't have this. So some of the stuff might not apply to you. Paste special, transpose, bam, bada boom, bada bing, press OK, everything goes in. So that's the both ways to do it. There you go, already then. All right, what I'm gonna do here is I don't like that, and I'm pressing escape because I hate that. Okay, so party people in the house. So we're gonna do a data validation. There's already one here. What this does is give me a list. All right, so let's do another one right here, okay? So we're gonna go, if you're not already on the data table and you're in the home table, click on the data table right here, okay? And this button right here, this is data validation. Click the arrow and you can click data validation, or you could just click the button. It's gonna come up like that. Now from what I'm trying to do right here is I'm trying to go from the ID all the way to the last name for right here for this lookup. And for this lookup, we're gonna go from the last name to go look up the ID, okay? And if you don't click on the source when you do that, this is what happens. You can't hear it because I made sure it was low. Hopefully you know it's not loud when I record it. So they click on list, click on source, and then shoot. Oh no, just Capone, Control Shift down. We want to do it like that. We're gonna try to make everything easy. We know number one is Capone, so let's just keep it a Capone. Let's make life easier. Now VLookUp, HLookUp is the ancestors of all the lookups, right? I believe they're the first ones that came out. And they're limited. They could only go from left to right. But we're going to try to go right to left regardless because 365 has all types of new features in it. All right, so let's try this real quick. We're going to do the equal sign. So check it out. 5 plus 5 equals is not going to give you an answer. So equals 5 plus 5 will give you 10. There you go. Bada boom, bada bing. We're done. VLookUp. I'm just joking. So let's put the equal sign back up. Let's type in the VL. You could double click VLookUp. You could finish typing out the whole thing, or you could just press tab and it's going to give you open parentheses, because inside the formulas, inside the parentheses is how this formula works. So you got to have parentheses. The first argument, these are called arguments in here for this lookup table, is the lookup value. Well, we want number 1, right? That's what we're trying to look up, 1. Where we want to find it at in this table array right here, the whole table array. It doesn't matter. We put the ID for the V and H lookups. It's fine. It's going to find it regardless because it's matching everything exactly. We press comma here. Now it's asking for a column index. Well, your column index is always going to be the third column. Well, it's always going to be like this: 1, 2, 3. So if I move this whole thing, all right. Let me go put 3. Okay, if I move this whole thing, hold on a second. One more comma, because we want true. I mean, we want false. We want it to be a 0 means false, or you could type in false, or you could double click false. Either way, close the parentheses. Bam, there it goes, Capone. Right. Now, like I said, it's always right to left. Let's Control X that, and let's put it underneath K. Control V that, right? Is this still the same? Yes, it is still the same, because now it's gonna give me the numbers from right to left, but it's still Capone. Look, I'm gonna change the number. It's gonna give me Madrina as 3, Wendy Madrina. Okay, do you see how easy that is? It does that. It doesn't matter where they're at because it knows where it's at. And with the new Xbox, with the new Excel, what happens is it's able to follow along. It's able to understand all this stuff. I don't think all the old ones will. So let's press Control Z or Z, as some people say. And let's put that over there and X that up. We don't want to do that. All right, now that's the VLOOKUP, all right? It stands for vertical lookup. Well, I'm going to prove to you only one time. I'm not going to do this for the HLOOKUP. So equals VLOOKUP. Lookup value is the same. Look at what's going to happen. I mean, no, it's not the same. We're going to go from Capone to the ID. Oh, you know what? Capone. Let's do the table array. It'll be all this right here. And I'm going to prove it to you, right? I'm going to put the 13 here, and I'm going to put the 1 here. I'm going to prove it to you. It's going to switch it anyway. And what do we want? We want the first column, right? comma, and we want 0, we want an exact match, or false, same thing. It's gonna say NA because it only goes from left to right. Now sometimes it messes up, but not this time. It loves me. Okay, so there you go. Let's make that bigger, so because you know this is gonna have to be bigger too when possible comes here. So let's check this out right here. So this doesn't work backwards. The HLookUp. Okay, if this is vertical lookup, this is horizontal lookup. Say it with me, horizontal. You don't say it like that, it's not right. So with the horizontal lookup is basically HLookUp, and then you press tab, and it's the exact same procedures. The lookup, comma, the table array is gonna be here though, right? That's your whole table array. And now it's asking for its row index number. Your row index number is still gonna be 3. But let's put 2, because let's say you want the first name now. This is the first name, okay? And you know the first name is Al Capone. And then we want 0 again for the exact match. And we press enter, look at Al Capone, Al. There you go, bada boom, bada bing. Now the index is what you want to look up, where you want to look it up. Like 1, 2, 3, always left to right. 1, 2, 3, same thing with this. Top to bottom, 1, 2, 3. And it doesn't work the opposite way. I don't need to show you, right? Okay, good to go. So if you want to get Capone, you click 3, okay? Same thing up here. If you want to do in the column index and you want Capone 2. It's really that easy. It's that easy, man. It's that easy. So there you go. Let's do the XLookUp like that. Equals XLookUp. Now XLookUp got a lot of features now. A lot of it's the same though, comma. All right. Oh, another thing how VLookUp can't do, horizontal lookup. It'll mess everything up. All right. So that's why they have vertical and horizontal. That's why people went to IndexMatch, and we'll go there in a second. So what your lookup value is 1, right? What's your lookup array? Well, your lookup array is wherever one is, okay? Now, it doesn't matter if you put the ID in it or not. Either way, it's going to have to match over there on the other side. So what's your return array? Oh, no, that's not your return array. Control, shift, down. Now, this is very important. All right, you're done with this formula. That's why I like the XLookUp. You don't have to worry about exact matching it. That's the default value, which everything else should have been. But XLookUp is pretty cool because look at this. I mean, first of all, before it's pretty cool, and we start looking at everything else, there's the one thing that you have to understand, that it has to be the same. It wants the exact same type of location. It's gonna have value. It's gonna have that don't work. So let's go here. Let's go to 13. That's your thing for value. Now let's go there. Let's say that we can't find the number because we're looking up the number. So let's say we can't find the number. No found. Okay, that's me being silly. Now we can stop right there, but look, these are the matchup. One smaller, one larger, wild card. There you go. And then another thing is you can search from last to first and do all these beautiful binary searching and everything like that. And the cool thing about it is searching from last to first. Like if you have a big spreadsheet, it's gonna take more time if the guy's name is like, the last name is yellow and you're looking up yellow and you got like 5,000 or, you know, because Excel spreadsheet, this bad boy goes down. This bad boy goes down. I mean, this. Hold on, let me empty that. We don't need that, and we don't really need that because that's what we want. But let me show you. I mean, this goes down. There's no matter. I'm already in the thousands. I believe it's like 1 million or something like that. So when I say 5,000, I mean 5,000. So if you have 5,000 people, you can start it from the bottom and makes your search a little faster if you have like a laptop that's not as powerful as your desktop. Let me see if I could go back up. There you go. Control Shift up. Found that, and then up again, and then keep going up. All right, here we go. We're back here. Now this is the beautiful thing about XLookUp and why everybody likes it. XL. All right. Let's say we want to look this up, and comma, and we wanted to go. I'm sorry. No, I made a mistake. We do not want to look that up. We want to look this up. We want to go left to right. That's pretty awesome, right? What's your lookup array? Well, where's possible at? Oh, right here. Okay. Control Shift down. And what's your return array? Well, it's the number. Where's the IDs, right? It's the IDs, right, man? So let's press down. Oh, there you go. And then you could close the parentheses or just press enter. You're pretty much done with that. You see how you go backwards? And let's do something else, okay? This is because you know you can't go backwards with the HLookUp. So let's do it again with this lookup instead of doing 4 steps. Comma. What's your lookup array? Well, where is it at? It's in here. Control Shift that way, comma, and where you want the return array to be, right here. Control Shift right arrow, and close the parentheses or press enter, and that one's done. That's done. You could do everything with that. That's what makes it awesome. If you want to make it so it's the B, look how easy it is in Excel now to make it a B. Bam. Now if I press Al Capone again, there you go. It's really, XLookUp is amazing. All right, it's got so many other great features to it, and I don't even know half of them. So, but it's pretty amazing because you could go backwards and stuff like that, and it's really not that difficult. So the index match and the index match. First of all, let me show you the difference between matches because we're just gonna work with the index match, xMatch. I mean, because this is the same thing as this. Okay, so the these are two different formulas. So the match, all right, the lookup value. Well, we want the lookup value to be this, and be very careful what your lookup array it wants to be. So if you do this, control shift down. All right, that means when you go in the index, you have to start from the C as well. Okay, we're gonna press comma right here. We want to do an exact match. Okay, so we're looking that up, and nothing happens. You know why nothing happens? I'm gonna tell you why nothing happens. Because it's not that type of lookup. So we want to press G2. All right, that's what we wanted. I just wanted to show you don't be messing up. And you see it returns a number, but it returns 5, right? Okay, we went from, let's see, 5. What's 5 down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's possible. Yes, possible. No, it's 4. Oh, you see? And so that can mess everything up. What's the difference between match and xMatch? Well, kind of like XLookUp and VLookUp and stuff like that. They got more things you could do with it. You got the lookup value, which is what? Possible. Where's the lookup array? I just pressed xMatch. Oh, I mean XLookUp. I'm silly. I did this wrong. Your mistake. xMatch. Oh my God, I'm gonna smack myself. Tomorrow equals xMatch. There it is. That's not that bad. The lookup value. The lookup value is this. Lookup array. Lookup array is all this. All right, and some people like to go with just the words, but there you press enter. That's it. It closes the parentheses if it's 1. So that's the difference. However, they got a little bit more differences. If you press comma here, you got exact match, match smaller, exact match or next smaller wildcard matches, which is really crazy because you could find a lot of different things. Somebody else could show you that. And then you also got the search mode, the same thing as the XLookUp. So the wildcard is like you could look up like half a name. Let's see if I could figure it out. No, not in this one. This one's too easy. I'm not gonna make it harder than what it is. We don't need to. So that's the difference between match and exact match. So that's the only difference right there. Okay, index. With index, what we want, all right, what's our array? We want our array to be that, okay, comma, and what we want is a row number, okay? So we want our row number to be 4, right? And we could close it. It might say too few arguments. No, it gives me 3. That's pretty cool, right? Gives me 3. That's what we want, right? However, if we put another comma here for the column, nothing happens because it's still 3. But let me show you something cool with index. All right, let me show you something cool with index. I don't know why I'm doing all that hard stuff. We could just do this right here. Now this becomes a spill because it needs a column now. So what happens is it has that thing right there that's all messed up, right? But now it goes 3 Wendy Madrina. So it's called the spill formula. I don't remember index doing that before. I'm pretty sure it's something newer that's happening. I love it. It's awesome. So we don't really need that right there because we're just trying to look it up. Right? We go into A, whatever, control shift, A 13, that's what it was, right? We go in here. So what we do here, that's fine. We don't need match for that one. Unless we're trying to find the last name, right? And that's what we're trying to do. So let's go to xMatch here, all right? And what we want to do is, we want the lookup array, this, and where we're going to find the lookup array, right here. Right here, right? It's not going to work, but I'm going to fix it because what we're trying to do, trying to make it match. All right. So 1 is 1. That worked. Let's see what else happens here. 3, but we want the last name, right? So in order to get that, we gotta make this, really, we just gotta drag it over here, and we're gonna get it. And we could do the same thing if we do this. Well, it has to match, but we could do the same thing when we click that and drag it here. It's gonna be the first name. You see what I'm saying? So if we click this and come here, it's the last name, and it comes out perfect, right? Everything's perfect. Let's see it work. Hopefully, Al Capone comes out all right. You see, it's real simple to do. It's really not that hard, and that was with the XMatch, right? And XMatch works the same way, kind of like that. With let's do the horizontal one. It's backwards and everything. So let's do the horizontal backwards one, so you can see index, the array. Okay, what we're trying to find? We're trying to find the number to that array, comma, right? And then we need a row number. So XMatch. What we looking up? We were looking up possible, where we have to look it up in the lookup array. Control Shift that way. We close it. It should be that easy. Close it twice, so you're gonna get an error, and it works just right. Just works fine. See, it gives me a number. It gives me a number. Bam, bam. And if I wanted to look up from backwards to the first name, I just drag this down, and everything works that cool. See that, Leroy Jenkins. That's from that wow thing. So that's that in a nutshell. That's all those. Hopefully you can remember them all. It's really not that hard. You can go backwards, forwards, and that's why everybody used to do IndexMatch or index match. But I like XMatch because I think I don't want to remember how to put zero in. You know that where is it? Where's the first match? Like the match equals match. You have to put the match type ExactMatch. There's a default on that one, so we don't have to do it. Now I was gonna show you some other stuff, but I don't really need to do it. So I'm gonna show you advanced lookups real quick. Advanced lookups, it's gonna be this index match. This is pretty cool. I don't think it's gonna spill over. So let's go index. We're gonna do it twice, two different types, two different ways. So you can see it works down here too. It's just a little bit different when you're doing horizontal. That's why people like it vertical. I think it's should I put it normal or more normal in the vertical? So let's go to index. Bam. What we want on that index? We want the whole thing. That's what we want. I mean, I could have done this. Control Shift right down. It's easier. We want to look up that whole thing. What we want here, XMatch. What our first XMatch going to be? I already did the data validation for these, so we're good. So we want our XMatch to be, let's see. The first one is what? The first one is row, right? So this is a row. So where we want to find that at? Since it's one, we could, hopefully everything works out fine. And we don't need that, and we're gonna close it because it's not the other match. Comma, now a column, because it says it's optional. It's really not optional if you want to be exact, you know? So what we're looking up here is your last, the last. Where we're gonna find this array at? It's columns. We're gonna find it right here. Control Shift right. Yep, that's what we're looking for, the last names, right? It's gonna be in this column, so it doesn't make a mistake. Close that, press enter. Let's see if it works. Pizza is 5/6/1988. That's awesome, isn't it? Last is last. That's great. Now let's do it horizontally. And this is where everybody messes it up. Hopefully I don't, because I'm cool like that. Control Shift down right. Okay, we got all those in there. And if you hold the control button and press backspace, it brings you back up there. So we want a row number now. So it's just basically the opposite, right? We want the row number. So we're gonna do an exact match on that. And what's the lookup value is this. And the row number is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, because we only got 4 here, right? Yeah, I could have done it the other way. And since it's an XMatch, we just have to close it. And then the exact same thing with that. Now we got to do column match. Okay, so let's XMatch that. And where's your column gonna be at? What's the lookup value? Right here. See, we're way over here. So lookup value is right here. And the lookup array is, well, where is last gonna be at? I mean, where's the date's gonna be at? The last row, right? Control Shift that. All right, now let's see if all this works. Close, because it's both X matches. Enter. Pizza. It still worked. Now let's see if this works when I change last. It worked. And it's got a date. It's beautiful. Which it shouldn't be in the ID. That's the problem. You got to separate IDs with dates, because then it's going to bring up a date. This is going to be that date. It's always going to have a date. So last, banner. So what we could do is make it not like that. Okay, one of the last hardest challenges right here is the XLookUp to do that. It's different. What's your XLookUp value? Your first one is that. What's your lookup array? Well, the lookup array is down, comma. And what's your lookup return array? Well, XLookUp. Your lookup is over here last. This plus comma. Your lookup array is this right here. I believe it's that way. Yeah, it's that way. Comma. And your return array, well, is the whole thing. Close it again. And that should do it. Yes, it did it. Let's look up ID. ID. That shouldn't be your ID. That's the only problem. See the years. But if we look up the first and the actual year here, it's January 1st, 1955. So bam, we could change that there. And I'll be looking up first. Yes, Naruto's 69.99, right? 69.99. Okay. The thing about this though, it also looks up the first essence of the of everything. And it's kind of the same thing the opposite way. You want to look up this, right? And you do column, right? That's what it is, yeah. And then since you want to do it, look that up, you got to do it the opposite way. Control Shift down, right? That's that. Comma. The third is the XLookUp. It's basically the same thing. And then, like I said, you could put if not found there, here. You're gonna bring this right here, all right? And you figured that should do it, right? The XLookUp. You need a return array. You always need a return array. No, that's good. You need a return array. Let's start at the end. It's easier. Control Shift down. Control Shift left. Down and left. There you go. And then that should close it, and that should work. I had one more extra. So they fixed. I had too many close parentheses. So they fixed it, and now it's Naruto. And then if I go here, it's gonna give me first name. Here and here ID. It should give me something else. But you see how they all worked. It worked fine. Only thing I have to worry about is fixing these, and I don't know how to do that yet. I will when I learn how to do that. I will redo this video to right there in that point right there. Okay, that's that simple. Let's do the filter. Filter should be just as easy, right? Date of birth. Okay. It should be that. All right. That's what we're going to look up, right? All right. We're going to do a couple of things with this. Okay. Equals. Filter. Tab. Array. Okay. Control Shift down. Control Shift right. Comma. Include. Okay. The same thing. Control Shift down. Control Shift right. I don't know why we need the first one. But the include equals the date, and we should be able to close it. Okay, let's see. Let's see what I did wrong. You telling me that? You telling me that something's wrong here? Okay, let's see what I did wrong. You say I've never done this one before. Okay, include. I thought it was just this, include F3, but it's not. As you can still see, you need value. All right, let's do this right. You need the formula. Okay, got the formula, equals F3. No, okay. In order to get that, you need to, maybe, yeah, I just need this row right here. There you go. Can possible. That's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. That's really awesome. And this has a spill. And the coolest thing about the spill is if you do this right here, I always mess that last part up. I don't know why. I did this 14 times, I still mess up the last one. But the cool thing is if you did something like is greater than that, it's gonna spill everybody's date that's greater than this date. I mean, we got 96, so you only got one. Here's the baby. 99 should have been in there. Uh-oh. 1989, yeah, that's in there. Nothing should be greater than 1999. That's what I'm saying. So 1999 is Naruto. Okay, that's the highest one. Okay. So I was wrong. This was right again. But everybody besides this dude should be in here, right? We could put stuff like not equal to, right? We could do this and we put the not equal to sign, right? So as you see, Al Capone is always missing, but every time we change it, somebody else will be missing. Al Capone's in there. I mean, look at all the pictures. It just changes it. 1, 2, 3, puts a 2 back. So 5 is missing. You know, that's pretty cool. We could do it like that. We could redo this whole thing. Let's try it again with not this. Let's do another one. Let's do another one of these with IDs, right? That's what we want, IDs. Okay, let's list and then we're gonna source it to IDs. And we don't need that word ID in there, so let's Control Shift down. And then I don't apply the words in there. I mean, if I have the word here, see date of birth, it's stupid. But I shouldn't do that. All right. So now we're gonna do filter, and let's go one here. We're gonna go to filter, and that's when you do the filter thing. You could do the filter, you know, array. Well, you know what the array is right here. Now that I know, comma is gonna be this right here. Equal to, because you want it to be that person, and then you want it to equal to this, and then you could just close it, but you could add one more on that thing right here. No data found. I'm onto the chopper now. Click it. All right, so there it is. This changes everything right here. Bam, bam. And then you could change that to not equal to, like that. That's not equal. And then everything but that person comes out. So we know number 1 is Al Capone. Watch it change, and 8 is gonna come back, all right? 8 is gonna come back. Anything that's not 8, 8 came back, 2 left. Look how fast I did that. It makes it so dynamic, all right? The only other thing I could actually say for this, if you want to do it the right way as well, you could leave that for now, is you could just turn this into a table if you hold Control and T down. Oh, no, we want to include that. Okay, let's escape that. This is why I don't. Okay, let's Control Z that. This is why I don't like doing it this way that much. Okay, now we could do that, right? And we press Control T. My table has headers, press OK. And this is pretty cool too. This is the last thing I'm gonna teach you. And the reason why I'm gonna teach it to you, because you see this right here? Now it's dealing with a table. So let's say 13 comes in here. Oh, look at 13's there. We go my mommy and 1/13/65. All right, look at that. Now she's added. My mommy went there. Is she in here though? Because now that it's a table, look at that. She's in here. She's in the table. She's gone. All right, you put this formula like this, and you press equals again. Your mommy's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? My mommy's there, baby. But that's it. That's what I would like to show you. I hope you had a great time and enjoyed this, and you learned something. Until the next time.